Alright guys, what's going on? A little bit kitty cat action. What are you doing? Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. What are you doing? Yeah, bright. That bright? Yeah, they both got a bath last night. She's got fleas out the yin yang. She's not pleased. They are not related. I actually got this one for free. They're both for free, but somebody... Alright, quick story about the cats. So I was doing an install at the local audio shop, because I like to work at the audio shops. And I do installs, and I usually get paid cash right then and there, because, you know, knowledge is power, right? Well, so I'm doing an install, and the guy comes up, and he's like, hey, you want this cat? And he knows the owner, so I'm like, sure. He's trying to give it to somebody else, it was some chick that didn't want it, and I was like, fuck it, I'll take the cat. And I took the cat. And she was like itty bitty, fresh out of the kitten. Like, she looked like she just was born. But this isn't about that. This is about my 149 Sundown. Yeah, that's what I got. For 149, I got the new model, Dual 2, 600, and it was a beastie little sub. I'm not gonna lie. Is it in the box? I don't remember what I did with it. I think it's in the box. Yeah. Alright, so, well, that's what happened. Yeah. But I disassembled it, keeping the terminals, you know what I mean? Gasket, doesn't say Sundown on it, so I'm not really going to be using that. Maybe in the future if I need some, you know what I mean, what the fuck ever. But this is the motor. It's a, let's see if I can, okay. It's the Neo motor. I already took the bolts out. Well, they're loose in there. The motor's got a bolt right there, and these are bolted on. Bolt-on spiders. So she's a decent frame. It's a shallow mount. But this sub actually bumped pretty well. I mean, it did nothing. Well, here's the thing. I want to say this. Though. Hold on. You hear me? Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, I want to say this, though. When I hooked it up to test, I was super stoked, and I was honestly hoping to get like an SA or like a or like an E or something, you know. I'd have been good with like an E15 or an SA Classic or something stupid, or like a really nice sub. Well, it started stinking almost immediately when I put it in the box. And I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna blow this sub. So I tried to sell it for like $100, claiming, and I did put on there used Sundown yard sale sub, may or may not be, you know, and I put all this disclaimer, nobody wanted it. So I was like, well, fuck it. Now people are still hitting me up for it, and now it's like blowing up, everybody wants it, well, it's dead. RIP the Sundown sub. I can sell the basket and all that shit for like $20 if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it. It'd do me better keeping it. I'd rather have it as a fucking paperweight, you know? Well, that's what I got, and it's a nice sub. Like I said, it bumped. I put it in. They said on their own video not to put it in a ported box, and then they put it in a ported box on the Sundown, the unofficial channel they got. Well, I think that it was a good sub. Had a lot of good reverb. Had a really good sound. I didn't really want it. It wasn't a sub that I particularly liked, but it made my system sound good. I had to upgrade a few things, like my wire, to be able to run 3 subs off 1 amp. And I ran it down to 1 ohm. I might have pushed it at half ohm because I dropped the impedance a shit ton. Well, anyways, the sub was good. I put it in a Q-Bomb prefab box. One of the longer ones, not the short and fat, but the longer, you know. And it handled itself, but it was destined to die. Like, as soon as you turn it on, anywhere past 600 watts, or even at 600 watts, started stinking. So I feel like the glue was the problem, and I was destined to get a bad sub. It was going to blow eventually. That was my fault. I shouldn't have got, but I went ahead and nothing against Sundown, but I love Sundown products. I just can't afford it because, my life sucks and I'm not made of money. I don't come from money. I try to handle what I got going on. Well, anyways, for the value, and I know $20 more, I could have probably got a Sundown SA. But I got a Scar EVL, and it's about to be here probably a day or two, because it's a Saturday right now. Tomorrow, mail's not going to run. Monday, it says in transit, anyways. This isn't about really anything particular. I'm trying to cover a bunch of shit at once. By the way, I got wire graveyard over there, and that's all my shit. Do installs. I got wire crimpers, wire cutters, power tools. Some of it's in my car right now. And this is my workbench. That's what I do. That's bolts and screws and tappers, and then the other one has crimp caps. And it's pretty much like anything I'll need in there. Some graveyard shit, some Y splitters. There's a splitter for other random shit. There's a few crimp caps, and yeah. So let's see if I can. I got just about everything in there. And that's not even all. I got other stuff too. That's, in there. 2 multimeters and a bunch of stuff. Okay. I'm pretty much an installer, mobile installer. I could come fix your sub. I could come recone your sub. I'll come to you. You don't have to come to me because I don't have a shop. I'm not licensed. I don't, sell shit. I can pretty much get you hooked up with the best deal. Not from a vendor or anything here locally, because all the local vendors that have their own shops, let's just be honest, they're con artists. They're gonna rip you off. I don't have a camera, so this is my phone doing all this. Yeah. This isn't a review on Sundown's SD4. It was a good sub. If I had 2 or 3 of them, put it in a single truck box, it'd have fucking dominated in a closed small enclosure, in a small cabin. This isn't about that. Because I love Sundown products. I'm not bashing them. I've had several subs. Right now in my car, I got 2 mismatched subs. I got a audio pipe TXX. Basically, it's an eye candy. It's the blue one. 1600 RMS, 800 RMS, 1600 max. Max is bullshit, lies. But then I have the power acoustic, and they're both in a sealed enclosure. I can't remember what the specs for the box are, but the power acoustic Banff is by far the best power acoustic sub I've seen possible. It says 3500 watts, and it's a 3-inch voice coil. I think, don't quote me, don't at me in the comments, but I think it's 3-inch or 2.5-inch. But that motherfucking sub, high surround and everything, is a beast. I had 2. I blew one, immediately putting max power on it. And I got a 1500 watt, 1501D audio pipe APCL. The APCLEs they fixed their problem because they were putting out 2K at 1 ohm and going up from there at half ohm. You got it, bud? Yeah, that's what I thought. And these subs have been nice. They've been nice. I had 2 Sundown E version 3 15s in a huge sealed box in a SUV, and I had one 1500.1 to each sub running at 1 ohm, or actually dropping it to half ohm because I ran it parallel and bridged. But and they were both dual 2s. So like I said, I love Sundown products. This isn't about that. It's about functionality for what I play and what I like to listen to on my current setup. Now yesterday I just went and added an AGM battery and cleaned up a little bit of wires, and I got 0 gauge running from the second battery to the amp. I gotta fix the 4 gauge because I got brand new 4 gauge running from the original battery to the amp, and I have a stock alternator. I haven't done the big 3 yet. I may do big 3 with the remainder 0 gauge wire I got now, and just go, put bigger grounds and a bigger power line from the alternator. But I'm not worried about that right now because it's only I think it's like a high-end amp alternator. I'd have to check the amps coming off of it with my multimeter. So like I said, it's not a bash video, it's not a promotional video, it's not giving them a thumbs up. My plan is to keep the EVL 12 Scar and put a Sundown SA Classic or Modern, whatever, doesn't matter, whichever one I can find for the cheapest. I'm gonna put in a dual box a Scar EVL and a Sundown SA, not to test the comparison, it's to have a bridge between the two and that's my, could you imagine 2 and then I'll jump up to the next step up from those to the equal, of audio pipe and not audio pipe, but Sundown and Scar, and then just keep bumping up the sub comparisons until they're the same, and then I'm gonna keep them like that because I just like the idea of having a Scar Sundown setup, and I'm gonna keep with my audio pipe amp because that's the cheapest amp I could find. I'm probably gonna go with a Tar Amps, whatever how you pronounce it. I've heard people call it Terra Amps. But yeah, I'm gonna get one of those, probably not the 3K Mini, but I'll probably get like one of the bigger ones, probably a 5K or something, or anything over 5K. I'm not gonna get the 1200 or the 1600. That's just too much for what I want to do. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get something nice. And I got an Impala. It's an '02 Impala, and I'm putting it all in there. And, put the seats down. Because I do like to have people in the car, so I'm not gonna wall off. But, and these are all plans. I used to have a Honda CRV, a 2000, and that thing had the subs inverted, and those were brilliant. I mean, it's fucking a good setup. The whole fucking car was flexing, and it was in a sealed box with inverted subs. I think a sealed box sounds better than a ported box. You'll get a lot more pressure in the cabin, I feel like, as opposed to a bunch of air moving. Because I don't want a bunch of air moving. I want the pressure to build in the cabin to where it has nowhere to go but to push on you. And you know what I mean? I don't know. This is, like I said, it's not a... Alright, so the Scar ZVX and the Sundown ZV5, ZV5, or I can't remember, but those are going to be the ones after the SA and the Scar EVL. This sounds like a good idea. I mean, doesn't that sound dope? I mean, if I had unlimited budget, I would get the best Sundowns or the best PSIs or the best Wolfram, different amps. But I don't. I'm going to have to go with the budget shit because I'm fucking poor. Hold on. I'm going to terrorize my cats. What are you guys, sleeping? What are you, sleeping? You don't even pay rent. Sleeping again? Sleeping again, bro? What are you, sleeping again? Dun dun dun. But that ought to wrap it up. I am Zach. This is my Keep Dreaming Bro page. This is not going on my TikTok. TikTok is Zach, ZACHZ _777. And my Facebook is Michael Willour, WILLOUR. That's because my middle name and Facebook blacklisted me. So yeah, I had to make a whole new fucking identity online to get a Facebook just so I can socialize and network that way. Because the marketplace is good and it helps a lot of people. But with that, I'll be signing off. Peace.